Okay.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, dogs and cats, gerbils and hamsters, if you're listening. Welcome to Troubadour Thom's Tasty Tuesday Thematic Tunecast. We start this show off every week with a nice big hand for all the first responders, the nurses, the doctors, the LPNs, RPNs, the janitors, the teachers, the mailmen, the garbage men, everybody that's out there working so that we can kind of hunker down and keep ourselves safe in there. I hope everybody's staying sane. I know I get a little squirrely sometimes, but anyway, let's give a nice round of applause for all those people on the front line. They're doing it so we can be safe. Thank you from our hearts. And a big round of applause for Miss Luann Joyce, my tech person, my camera person. And so today is going to be a little different than I've normally done. It's going to be a kind of a shot in the dark kind of type of thing. I'm going without a set list, which I've done for every one of my previous Tunecasts. I had a set list. I have a brief outline, but what I want to do is, the theme for this one is my guitars, my instruments, and I want to briefly tell a little bit about how I got them. But as you all know, I host an open mic here in this town, and we start each of our open mic in April, since it being Poetry Month, with a poem. And this is going to be no different, except for today I'm going to have two. This one is one I wrote back in quite a while. It's one of my favorites. I think I'm going to try to submit this to the chronogram and see if it can get published. It's called She Used to Roll Her Own. She used to roll her own, fill up a used Marlboro Red cigarette pack up on her sleeve, tuck it in there, wear it high up on her arm. She used to tease her hair, spray the living hell out of it, wearing it high on her head. Her pants were as tight as a rusty old metal screw. She was the first to get a tattoo. Who of us knew? She was so far ahead of the curve. It was a small version of the thrust shifter duck head saying, "Fuck off." Her boyfriend was killed in a car crash. Some quarter-mile drag strip on the outside of the town line. There was a cheap hotel, a sleazy cheap hotel nearby. Rooms were clean, but you took your chances on the sheets. She was in one of those rooms, her boyfriend's best friend on top, bed springs keeping a rapid, steady, motionless, abandoned rhythm, a steady beat to the loneliness inside her. Somewhere between the ebb and the flow of the frantic tempo, the two bodies kept, while trying to squeeze the loneliness out. The crash filled that silence that there was between the flow and the ebb of the intensifying frantic tempo the two bodies kept, trying to force the loneliness out. Between that ebb and flow of the frantic tempo the two bodies kept, while trying to pressure out the loneliness, trying to keep the loneliness away, trying to hold the loneliness at arm's length. Little did she know, it was all just starting. Well, that's not too happy of a poem, but I don't know why I like that. It's one of my favorite things I've ever written. So this one I just wrote, kind of within the last couple of days I wrote, and it's called Just Wondering, and I have no idea where it came from, when it first started. It was more about an experience of being in love, and somewhere it went to somewhere else. And it's called Just Wondering. Do you think that from all your experience, does it give way to a bit of intelligence? Or is it just by some happenstance that we arrive at a song by some unknown chance? Do your fingers know where on the string they should be to make that note sing? Or does some other force gently move? Is it a divine intervention that one can't prove? How does the melody's idea first start? Does it reside in the brain or in your heart? And if that melody never comes to be heard, do the emotions then come forth as spoken word? I like that one. So, okay, what I'm doing today, I am first going to start up on this one. This is, last week I played Max's song, and I'm going to play it again because I kind of worked it out a little bit better. There's a little bit more added to it, and anyway, so I want to redo it again. It's a brand new. Last week was the first time I ever played it, so we're doing it again. If I can remember it. Once again, I'm running into that problem with not having a strap on a guitar. Okay, let's try it. today's theme is guitars, so I'm going to talk briefly about these guitars. I got 7 guitars and 2 mandolins here, and I'm going to try to get through it in the hour. If I don't, I will. But my tech person will advise me of my time. So anyway, this guitar here came from it's my $5 guitar. It's a Yamaha, 1970 Yamaha. I absolutely love the way this sounds. It used to belong to Carla Springer. She donated it to a cancer fundraiser at Bank Square. And I got Carl from Beacon Distillery to donate a fifth of his bourbon, whatever he makes. I don't drink, so I don't remember. But bourbon. So, what you did is you got for $5, you got 6 chances, or 1 for $1. But so, and there was all sorts. There was massage. There was some bonsai plants, the bourbon, various things. But so everybody and their brother put their little card in there for the guitar, so I had no figure that I would get that. I figured, being an alcoholic, that I would probably win the bourbon, but I didn't. But I was going to give it to my brother-in-law Bob if I did. But anyway, I won the guitar, and it has been my go-to guitar. Take it outside with me to write songs. And this last one I'll do it on. It's called After the Leaves Have Fallen. Shortened version of it, but so that's my Carla Springer guitar. That's what Bobby said, called the Springer song writer or whatever. So I'm going to take the guitars as in kind of order of not, that's like kind of my last one that I got, but we're going to go starting from the beginning. And I actually have a guitar it needs repair. That's a little older. I have 2, but I do have not my first guitar, so I do have to tell a little story about my first guitar. My parents bought me a Gretsch Country Gentleman when I was real young. Which one am I in? I'm not plugged in, that's why. Okay. So we know that that's there. Take that out. And anyway, my parents bought me a Country Gentleman. I think I was playing Jimi Hendrix with it and banging it into the amplifier, and they realized that I was not old enough for it. And I always thought that I busted it and so this guild, bought this guild in 1970. My brother-in-law and I worked at White's department store at this time, and I made all the money to pay for this. At the time in 1970, it was $200, which was a ton of money. But my brother-in-law Rich and I went down to Sam Ash in New York City and bought these. Called Around the Old Oak Tree. So I am trying to play songs that I used to play on these, and actually I recorded a good part of my album on this guitar, this and the Martin. This was the guitar that I carried with me when Luann and I went hitchhiking around out west. This served, this would be out in the rain, out in the tent, in the dry heat, in the humid northwest, the desert and stuff. And I love the tone on this. And my brother-in-law, Rich, took meticulous care of his guitar, and I have to say I love the way mine sounds better than I like the way this sounds. But anyway, it still sounds great.
They both sound good.
They do. They both. And I have another little story on this guitar. When I showed I have a And do I have any? I don't have any of my. I had a great uncle, Johnny Mack, and Johnny Ferris, no, it was McIntyre, right? Gerton. Ferris. No, I can't. No,
it doesn't matter.
I'm getting old. But anyway, my great uncle, he played guitar when he retired. He picked it up to deal with arthritis, and I came down and played some guitar. I had this guild, and then I came down to visit and played, and he was really impressed with the sound. So he went out and bought the exact same model, and now my son Jake has that. I got that from when he passed. It was given to me, and I also actually have another guitar of his that it's not. It's like a Les Paul Jr., an SG body with just one pickup. And I'll bring that out. I have to do a little repair on the pickup housing is busted and it doesn't stay in place. So you'll see that sooner or later. So I'm going to do one more on this one. I got the shout out. Sounded more than just Vinny. Because there's something in the air. We got to get together sooner or later. Because the revolution's here, and you know it's alright. And you know that it's right. We have got to get it together. We have got to get it together right now. Hand out the arms and ammo. We're gonna blast our way through here. We got to get us all together. Because the revolution's here, and you know it's right. And you know that it's right. together sooner or later, because the revolution's here, and you know it's right. When you know that it's right, right now. Okay, so that's it for this one. Next, I'm going to go to the next guitar I got. Tighten this up, it's moving on me. And, so the next guitar I got when four very good friends of mine. I got this when I turned 18 in 1972. So, I got this from Roy and Chrissy Ellington, Michael Fisk, Tom Duffy, and my brother-in-law Roger Johansson. They all chipped in and bought this when I turned 18, so I could become the world's best guitarist. And well, that didn't happen. I wonder if I have to give it back. But
yeah, your rock star shirt.
Oh, I had a rock star shirt then. You remember that one? From Penny Pictures. I had this shirt that was like, what was it made out of?
Nylon.
Nylon? No, there was, okay, maybe nylon. But it was like purple with all these stars on it and people. So the first song I played on this guitar is this. These three chords. And I did it so Roy could like jam over it for like probably a half hour. There was definitely some I can remember feeling pretty neat that I was part. It was like really like the first time I connected with another musician, as far as like always been a solo player. I mean, we played around the campfire, this and that, but this was something. This was like they had this great music room in the back area, a cement floor, and these big Taylor or PV amps. I can't remember what they had, but Roy had a gold Gibson Les Paul, and he was making it sing that night, and we played just those. I played those three chords on and on and on, but it was just, we just found a groove and we just were there, and it was really a lot of fun. Roy, if you're listening, I still got it. myself to blame. Now the cops, they all know my name. I went looking for the devil cocaine. See, I couldn't live with this emotional shame. Now I'm trying to hide my pain. I called my wife by a different name. Where that lady was selling that cocaine. She said it all got melted in the rain. She could see my utter disdain. Then I heard her happily explain, won't you try my Mary Jane? Said I could. Now you find me knocking on wood. She made me feel so good.
Your screen is messed up. I'm gonna turn. There's all kinds of lines and bullshit on the screen.
Start it over again. Hey, we're gonna take a break.
I'm gonna finish and start over again. So.
Who's on the phone?
Lenny. You got it.
See if everybody else is having it.
No, it's everybody.
Okay.
All right. So just stay tuned. We're gonna finish.
Stay tuned. We'll come right back. I'll start that song over again.
What? All right, well, I'm gonna post, so we save it for posterity, and start it again. Thanks, honey. Bye.
Thanks, Lynn.
Bye. It said, so how do I start it again, honey?
Is that blue bar there?
No.
No, okay, up on the top it says live. Press that up on, should be on that side?
No, it doesn't say live now because I finished this one, so I have
to go to my home page.
To Thom. Just come over here and do it because it's not on anyway. It had a message saying for people to, so just start it again and then we'll start.
Right there, is that live? Okay.
Oh, okay.
There, and then you'll hit that. Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Back you go. All right. Okay, friends, we're back.
Hey folks, sorry for the technical difficulty. How's it? Go check your computer, see if it's better.
It says share to group. Should I do that?
No, don't do anything. Just record it right now.
Okay. All right. See, it's coming to a message saying bring them onto camera, and I pressed that for somebody, so I'm not going to do that.
Don't no. That's probably where you.
It's probably where it got effed up. So anyway.
So I don't know. I think I'll skip that song since.
Yeah. Just go backwards. Sorry.
Seems to cost a lot to win, even more when you lose. You and me got to spend some time wondering what to choose. Goes to show, you'll never know. Watch these cards play them slow. Wait until that deal comes round. Don't you let that deal go down. Better let that deal go down. If I told you all that went down, it would burn all both your ears. Go show, don't ever know. Watch these cards play them slow. Wait until that deal. Better let that deal go down. Don't you let that deal come round. Whoa. Tighten up my shoes. You and me got to spend some time wondering while playing Lonesome Blues. Goes to show you don't never know. Watch these cards play them slow. Wait until that deal go down. Better let that deal go down. Don't you let that deal come around. Gambling here about 10 good solid years. But if I told you all that went down, it would burn all. Whoa. Wait until that deal come round. Don't you let that deal come. Cost a lot to win, watch these cocks play them slow. Wait till that deal go down. Don't you let that deal go down. Gonna let that deal go round. Whoa. Jerry Garcia, my favorite guitarist. So that's it for this one. Let's see what we got next. So we're in 1972. I know I have other guitars that came from previous to then, but where are we? That probably is next. When did you, when I turned?
That was 50, dear heart.
When I turned 50. So that's, what, 15 years ago?
16, but who's counting?
So that my 12 string is the next one. So now this guitar here, this I got from this was back before the days of this was back before the days of the fix up of Beacon. I got this guitar from Mark Wilson. We call him Scooter at work, and told me he had a guitar for sale. And I think he wanted $250 for it. And he had 6 strings. He didn't tell me it was a 12 string. He had 6 strings on it. Well, it's actually an 11 string because I'm missing my, but anyway. Mark had an apartment on Main Street on the storefront. And that was like, so it was before Beacon was fixed up, so where you could have apartments right on Main Street. And I went over there and I looked at it, and it was like, you know, pretty beat up, only 6 strings on it. And I was like, so I said, oh, give me a thought, you know, give me a day and I'll come back to you. And it was $250, and I called East Coast Music. There was no Main Street Music at the time. And I talked to someone there, and I was like, hey, this guy's got this. I'd never heard of Penco. And the guy goes on, and he's trying to get me to come in and buy a brand new 12 string from there for $500, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, listen, I just talked to you about this Penco. Just tell me what you know about Penco. I never heard, you know, I think this is even kind of before we had the internet. So anyway, he finally says, well, Penco is like kind of they're from Philadelphia. They make, you know, decent guitars. They're student guitars probably. He goes, though they do have a certain line. If the body's bigger than 4 inches, that's their high-end quality. So this is beautiful, beautiful bird's eye maple. It's bigger than 4 inches, and it sounded amazing. So, and I really should change my strings. These strings are probably 5 years old or more. So anyway, when I got to Mark to go, I was like, oh, they told me that it was probably worth about $300 some odd dollars, so that it was a good deal. $300 or $400, somewhere in that price range. So I was like, okay. So when I got to Mark was like, you know, the price is negotiable. So I was like, okay, I'll give you $200. And he took it. So I got this guitar for $200. And I did tune every guitar before I started playing, but I think I have to just check this. Sorry, there's so many strings. Yeah. So how many of you have seen the Costellos, their Tunecast or live, what do they call it? Sunday Summit. Anyway, I did a shout out and I scared the shit out of Bobby. Suzanne takes you down to a place by the river. You can hear the boats go by. Spend the night forever. You think that she's half crazy, and that's why you want to be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that come all the way from China. And just when you want to tell her you have no love to give her, she gets you on her wavelength. Lets the river answer that you've always been in love. And you want to travel with her, want to travel blind. And you think maybe you can trust her, touch your perfect body with her. Watching from his lonely wooden tower, and when he knew for certain the drowning men could hear him, he said, "All men shall be sailors until the sea shall free them." He himself was broken long before the sky would open. Forsaken, almost human, he sank beneath your wisdom like stone. And you want to travel with him, and you want to travel blind. You think maybe you trust him. You touch your perfect body. And she leads you to the water, and she's wearing rags and feathers from Salvation Army counters. And the sun comes down like honey on Our Lady of the Harbor, and she shows you where to look amid the garbage and the flowers. There are heroes in the morning, there are children in Eden, and there are the leaning out for love, and they'll lean that way forever while Suzanne holds the mirror. And you want to travel with her, and you want to travel blind, and you know you can trust her. She's touched your perfect body with her perfect mind. That's it for the old 12 string. So next up, where am I? So 16 years ago, how long is, yeah, that was after, okay. So.
You want that one?
I think I'm going for the 12 string now.
The Martin.
The Martin. I'm on the 12 string. Yeah. So this goes up on that.
Hey everybody.
Here's my tech lady.
Sorry about
Nice.
the mess up before. I believe people were asking to join, so I pressed the button and whatever.
She can't touch that. Can't touch
You
that.
can't touch that.
Can't
Anyway,
touch that.
I believe this is going to be your last guitar for tonight, and you'll have to
What time is
continue
it?
with it. You have about 5.5 minutes.
Okay.
So,
For an hour or so. Yeah.
Martin, that's
Oh.
not the deadest Martin ever, and the next guitar is next week. Thanks for tuning in, all you guys. Love you.
So actually, this has a great story. As you can see, I have a ton of guitars, and these are not even any. You know, I have guitars that are just all. You know, so. And before we expanded our house, we grew. We had 5 kids in this house at 1,100 square feet, and you know, I had all these guitars laying all over the place, and you know, my wife, the sweetheart that she is. Anyway, so when she turned 50, I bought her a kayak with the kind of caveat that she would buy me a kayak when I turned 50. So when I turned 50, we had a big, nice celebration down at the Howland Cultural Center. And when I got there, I'm looking up on the rafters and around the back. I'm looking for my kayak, and it's not there. So I'm playing with my, we had live music. The Costellos were there. Bob and I are playing. I think I'm playing with Russ St. George when this actually came down. Mary Wood sang Happy Birthday like Marilyn Monroe at that birthday party. But anyway, Luann comes walking in with a guitar case, and I'm actually so into playing. I'm still thinking I'm getting a kayak, and you know, there was a lot of musicians, so it didn't really see. But then she keeps on walking right up to me, and she hands me this guitar. And honestly, folks, you could have, ladies and gentlemen, I would have been knocked over by a feather, because Luann's always complaining about where my guitars are and stuff like that, but she's also bought me many, many mandolins. So just like, it's amazing. So so this song I'm going to play. So anyway, she gave me this for my 50th birthday, and it's such a sweet guitar. And the song that I'm going to do on it is called Luann's Birthday. This is on my forthcoming album, Traversing This Wondrous Land. Oh, and I got to give myself a little plug. I put myself out for that Tiny Desk Concert contest. I'm on YouTube. Go to Thom, Mr. Thom 52 is my YouTube channel, and search for the Acoustic Vagabond Tiny Desk Concert 2020. And please, while you're on my YouTube channel, make some comments on the song. That really kind of helps. If I get a lot of traction, share it, send it out, send it to your friends across the country. The further dispersed I get, the better it is for me. Anyway, Mr. Thom 52 is my YouTube channel, and while you're there, please subscribe. So anyway, this is going to be my last. Are we after the hour? So it's kind of fitting, you know, that I talked about this birthday, because I wrote this song on Luann's birthday, and hence the name is Luann's Birthday. And while we were traveling, we never traveled on her birthday. We were always back east for her birthday when we were hitchhiking. So, but anyway. Birthday. Hey, once again, thank you for spending your night with me. I didn't get to all the guitars. I thought I would. I thought I had it kind of set, but we'll see you next week. I'm not going to continue on. I'll figure out a new theme next week. And next week I think might be my last for a little while. I think I'm going to focus on, I want to put together doing my album, getting that out, and but we'll see. Please let me know if you want me to continue, but I will do it again next week. Thank you. Stay safe and wash your hands. Peace out. And then once again, come on, hon, come here.
I'm already here.
You're already here. The lady that inspires all my songs. And I got a lot of my brother-in-law Raji's stuff here. I got a drum, a cowbell, little things, and I got the Jerry Garcia doll that he gave me for Christmas.
And it's all going downstairs in about 5 minutes. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Peace out. I love you all. And miss you.